In this video, we're going to show you a complete presentation. And basically, I've used the medical template, which we've been working in for these tutorials, and filled in each of the slides so you can see how the slides generate into a PowerPoint presentation. So I'm going to come up here and use the menu bar. I'm going to use generate, which is going to automatically ask me to save it. And for this purposes, I've already saved it. So it allows you to pick any folder you want. I've saved it to my desktop, so that's there. So from this screen, we are going to move. We've used the generate to save it. I've saved it to our desktop, so I'm going to minimize our software program and go ahead and come into PowerPoint. And as you can see, the PowerPoint has been generated. There's 33 slides, and we're going to go through it in presentation mode to show you how the information we put into CPS turned into a slideshow. So first slide, we've got our disclaimer, our official case caption, our plaintiff, our risk factors. And if you've noticed at this point, the headings at the top of the presentation are the same headings as the slides in the CPS software. And now we've made it to the timelines. And I've made several timelines for us to go through to show you the differences of them again. And again, this is a linear one. If you notice, we've got the actions are already in there. You don't have to go in and manipulate that. And the pictures pop up here to show you the event. You click again, it comes back on our timeline. There's our breach. All right. Now this is the next one, and I made two, again, like we've talked about in the timeline tutorial, is at times you'll make multiple ones, and you can slightly change the outline or the presentation of it by choosing even versus proportional. So that's what I've done for our example here today. Went ahead and spaced it out. Dates and the events. We still got our pictures that are popping up with each event. And I've made a clock for us. And again, all these events happen within a 24-hour period. But at the same time, with our timeline, the picture still pops up at us and ends up going onto our clock picture. Again, it puts it around the clock so we can see everything. If you've got a timeline that doesn't involve 12 or 24 hours, then it's just not going to lay out very well on a clock. All right, and the last one that I made for us was a calendar timeline. And again, each event in each month is going to generate a new slide. Each month has its own slide. So here's June. We've got 2 events in June, 1 event in July, 1 in August, 1 in September, and 1 in October. And then moving right along with the program, we've got our other similar instances. And if you notice, those were our 2 different instances, but we had exhibits for each one. So if it has an exhibit, it gets its own slide. And again, we end always with the summary slide. Moving into our liability experts. Rules. This is going to be kind of an animation slide. They're going to come in one at a time. Remember, nothing else goes on this slide but the rules. Bumper sticker. Moving into our causation experts. Standard of care violations. Our expert opinions. Our damages. More damages experts and their opinions. Finally, our special damages, which is a summary slide on this slide, we don't have the ability to put pictures or things like that. It's just for the dollars. And final slide, which is our demand and offer. So in going through this, if you notice one of the differences, you know, on the timelines, if we look at this slide, everything is compiled onto one slide. So manipulating this slide in the PowerPoint presentation is difficult. So how do I go back and change that? Well, you go back into the software, find the slide you want to change, and come in and manipulate that. Now, whether it be I need to manipulate the proportionality of it, I need to make it proportional to even, or I need to come in and add a whole nother timeline or take one out. That's something you can do within the software, and you don't have to do it in PowerPoint.